Okay, good morning to my seniors.
Yes,
I haven't been insisting. I have been listening to the people.
Okay.
I mean, of what good is fuel at even 5 cedi and dollar at 2 cedi and inflation at -1 when the people still do not see it reflecting in their lives? And my view is that the views of the 10%, almost all of us here around this table are beneficiary of these improved macroeconomic indicators. All of us. But there are 90% of the people who are not here, whose views are not being heard. And I insist, without any doubt, that we are being unfair to them. And that for me is where the issue is. Listen, if this morning I drove to a fuel station, clearly I'll save money. If I pay fees at GIS, I will save money because it's in dollars. If I'm traveling out for vacation in the US,
provided you earn cedis,
I will save money. It's in dollars. I mean, however you look at it, you will make some savings. You see, the problem is that even those who earn dollars, they are crying. But they are still part of the 10%. And I've always insisted that those who fall within these categories I've mentioned,
they celebrate.
They have every reason to celebrate. And they cannot at any rate have anything to say wrong about DOC and their government. But listen, it's integrated. You cannot have the full conversation and its impact on the cost of living in isolation. The fuel, the inflation, the dollar, and then utilities would work together. Right now, the fact of the matter, which we can debate the whole day, nobody can beat me to it, is that 28% increase in utility has basically made nonsense of the macroeconomic improvement that we are seeing in the lives of most of the people. See, somebody goes to the port to go and buy poultry in boxes. The importer has actually reduced the price because dollar has come down. Okay, that is if we are even lucky, because most of them have not reduced. And they will tell you that they're actually hedging at 12.5, 13, because they are afraid. You understand? But let's put that conversation aside. Let's not digress. Let me not digress. That's a fact. So let's not even digress. So he buys the poultry seller, that's a retailer, buys a box of poultry at a reduced price from the importer. But when he comes to his shop, where he's selling to you and I, he's at a loss. He's confused because previously his 10,000 Ghana cedi a month electricity is now 12,800. So that gain he had made from the reduced price from the importer, he cannot transfer it to you and I, to the consumer. And that's where the problem is. The tomato seller, who never goes directly to go and buy fuel, doesn't get this benefit because, indeed, his transport fare from Kaswa to La Paz has actually gone up. So he has no benefit from the fuel price reduction.
So the benefits are being negated by other issues.
And that's why I'm saying that cost of living is integrated.
So the cost of living is high.
No, I'm saying that. You see, my problem has not been whether it is high or not. It has been the narrative all of us hatched on.
So in the integration,
wait on. The narrative all of us hatched on initially, that sought to create the impression as if all of a sudden, because the macroeconomic indicators are looking better on paper, everybody across the country has their cost of living going down. I am saying that it is not true.
But then they are not protesting. They are not.
Who told you they are not protesting?
But if they were
have
struggling,
you given them a platform? You brought Mr. President, brought Duncan and Co here. Who are going to protest?
But they have people who depend on them.
Around. I'm sorry,
but they have all of us. Protest that things are hard.
No. You see, when we are having the conversation and you put it this way,
Dennis, but that's what you are saying. You are saying that
we miss the
you are saying that those of us in here, we are of a certain, no, you are saying that we are of a certain class.
Fact.
And that we will not feel it. We are benefiting from what's happening at the fuel station.
Yes,
we are benefiting from the dollar exchange. But there are other people like the kerosene seller in a Epiafim who is struggling. And that we should not keep quiet. We should let that person speak.
That boat is a taxi driver. Okay? That boat is a let me use Antia Kosia that's popular now. She sells tomatoes. Antia Kosia sells tomatoes. Antia Kosia is basically living the basic of lives. The Antia-Kosia impact will be through fuel, which has reduced transport costs.
Transportation.
Now, she's not getting that benefit because the transport guys are not reducing it. That's the first point. The second point is that when Antia-Kosia is done with her sales...
the cost of milk has gone down.
But the cost of milk has gone up. A carton of milk, that used to be 192, the small one, which the regular Antia-Kosia buys, not the medium one that you and I buy. Yeah. The small one was 192, it's 250. You understand? Water, the sachet water that Antia-Kosia and everybody buys, that was 8 cedi, it's 10 cedis. Those are the realities.
Dennis, let me test this your thing in the studio. I'll come back to you. I'll let you conclude on this. But I think you said the base.
Let me enter Antiako's here. So you see, put even all these things aside, because there are some of the items we mentioned that people can actually do without. They live their basic life. They eat banku, fufu, and pesi. They can do without some of the things. Let's look at the things that everybody will pay. Electricity, water, school fees. If you're not paying for your son, you're paying for your nephew or yourself. So now when Antiakosia goes home, Antiakosia is paying more electricity. She used to pay 3,600. She's now paying 4,613 because there's an increase in 28. No, a year. Because per annum she earns 18,000. Yeah. Now she's earning 19,000, which is actually more, but it's eroded by the cost of that electricity she's paying. She used to pay 960 a year for water. She's paying 1,151. She used to pay 1,615 for her son Angela. Daughter Angela at Legon. She's now paying 2,630. No, relax. That's a reality. She used to pay 6,200 for Ivandi hostel for Angela, because Angela doesn't have hostel. Now Angela is paying 7,800.
I'll let her use a regular hostel.
No, relax. She doesn't get it. She's not entitled to it. So now you see the fact of the matter is that in 2024, Antiakosia was saving 5,000 above after all the cost, these baselines. In 2026, 2025, she's actually saving just 3,000.
That's why inflation coming down.
That's a fact.
Okay.
So these things, we can't run away from them.
Okay.
And you may argue, but everything I've mentioned is data, is fact.
Yes.
Now we need to give ourselves time and rather say that government, instead of running to town and creating that impression that everybody is okay, shall we look into the details? Because the details doesn't support the fact that everybody is okay.
I'll come to government. I want to hear around the table the submissions of Dennis, but I'll give you the final say. You are an economist.
Dennis is setting the pace for us.
No, but there are reasonable people here. No, but there are reasonable people. So I think Senyo has already agreed with him. Let me see if everybody agrees with him. Senyo, you agree with him?
Governance must be looked at in the total balance. As a social scientist, we think at the mean. All right, there are definitely going to be outliers. So there has to be some deliberate policy across different sectors of the economy. We can't deny the fact that economically this government has done great.
No doubt about it.
They've done that because they've managed to stabilize what was almost a major macroeconomic catastrophe. So that has been stabilized. Inflation has come down. We've seen a certain balance on the exchange rate. We've seen its impact on prices relative to the import side. That's what's also contributed to. We've seen things on the monetary market side, our reserves. But yes, he's very right. Those are big English things. They are at the top. We now have to translate this into the real sector, into the everyday life. The things he's saying, absolutely on point. Antiakosia or whoever it is may not buy a car and realize that it takes less
Port
CDs
charges
now,
have reduced.
less CDs now to buy a particular kind of car.
Okay.
Her particular life, we have to start capturing data on certain subsectors, so as far as the societal sectors are concerned, and analyze their cost of living and the inflationary impact in their particular part, and not look at it as a collective.
Okay.
We sometimes will miss a bit of the plot. If her transportation has actually gone up, life is not easier. Okay. If a utility has gone up, the utility really have a problem with the price increase in some form, because if we have had an FX saving and then we've had so much, at least we should have had a net neutral situation. But I mean, I'm sure because of the legacy problems, certain adjustments have been done. So we really need to look at how we can improve that life. But in the same vein, everybody sitting here also remits money.
Yeah.
So if life has gotten easier for you, it means that you can remit more.
It will go down.
So there's a benefit also down there.
Okay.
But there's a certain real life situation too that he's advocating that I think we should pay legitimate attention.
Okay. So Dennis has
but
one.
You must understand that you can't achieve all from where this government took off all in 1 year. They've done the first thing right.
Okay. That is why you have to. So why
the next step we have to go?
So
my point is
Dennis, you are the lead debater. You are the lead debater. You are the lead debater. You have got one vote in your corner. I don't want to hear from the two of them. No. But you see, you've had him explain that we remit. Dennis, wait. So what I'm saying, gentlemen, what I'm saying is that to make this a fair debate, Dennis has spoken, Senor has agreed. I don't want to ask the other people their view yet. Let me hear Khalid, so that if I hear Khalid, I'll see whether Khalid can try and tilt. So Khalid,
my point is,
Khalid, you've heard what he said. You agree?
No, not entirely. It's good, but the point is,
you totally disagree.
No, I don't totally disagree.
Exactly.
Right?
But
the point is,
totally disagree. No, then we are okay.
I said not entirely, so we didn't need that question. Okay. How are we okay? He went into the details of it to break it down, so I need to go into the details to break mine down.
Please do. The two of you are the deciders, so listen.
Yeah. I mean, when we're talking about when we're talking about the health of an economy, everyone agrees that from where we took off,
let's hear Khalid.
Right? Where did we take off? We took off from an overheated economy, right? Very overheated.
The gasket was bent.
No engine.
Oh,
the engine was blown. The engine was blown, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the point to which we were when we took over the economy.
Okay.
Now, even struggling to service debt, external debts. I mean, so without even having that currency stability, right? And forex headroom, servicing our debt was a problem. Today, we've been able to manage that, and we are servicing and meeting all our debt liabilities. Right? You can see the commendation from the fund and how we are accessing these. So if we are there, we're not even going to town to say we are celebrating with the Kenke party to say this is what is happening, or we have been able to secure X, Y, Z. But we need to mention cursory as we move on the key indicators that have been achieved. Is inflation down?
Yes.
Right. So why should it not be mentioned? Right. Is the cost of some elements or key essentials not down? If it's down, yes, why should we not mention that?
But he says that
right?
there are others that are
we
high.
Can give, you see, when we're talking about interpretations of data whatsoever, we can all interpret it to whatever situation we want it to suit. We
not
can cherry pick, not necessarily. Yes, we can cherry pick examples that work best for us. That is not to say that everyone is benefiting, but key. We mention importation of vehicles, how other people are enjoying.
Let the population
no,
that's the point I'm making.
I don't know what the debate is about.
No,
you all agree.
So
he has agreed. Listen, I'm coming. He has agreed that the economic progress you have done is great. He has accepted that. No, he has also said that while you guys have done well somewhere, there's a certain part of the economy too that you need to pay attention.
Miracle.
My point is
Senor, your wife has sent a message.
Where they have left us, or where we inherited, we need time.
He has agreed. He agreed.
Right? So if you agree, let me finish.
Senor, your wife is calling on video. Khalid, what Miracle is saying is that. What Miracle is saying is that. Let me just say that. He said that 10% happy, 90%. Not too
that data may not be right. No. He's talking about it.
He's talking about it
conceptually. That's
in a certain aspect.
He can't say it's wrong, but he doesn't have it.
Nobody has that data.
Yes,
we all don't have that data.
You don't have.
But where did you get your? Is it from statistical service?
In Accra, data that is fact, not congestion, is that 75 to 80% of people in Accra use public transport. I can just use that data.
So that's not 10%.
That's no, but no,
10%. He said it in the conference.
The rest, I'm not done. I'm talking about the short run.
Senor, you cannot be trusted. A double agent.
Well, it's not about being a double. The people of Ghana, the people of Ghana are listening.
Okay.
And in a regime,
Why are you guiding his debate?
Yeah, in a regime where we don't have price controls. Again, you can cherry pick the price of whatever you want depending on who is getting what and where they are getting it from.
Ones, utility, everybody pays.
You mentioned water, you mentioned
milk,
you mentioned milk. Where someone sources their milk is different to where someone. So we're talking about universal prices or universalization of prices.
When you're doing
people, the two of you, you are gagging them.
Yes,
no,
you are bullying. Even with rents and where they are located, you could have people. I mean, I have friends who say, "Oh, my landlord has written to us that we all need to leave the compound." He knows what he's trying to do. They leave. He jacks up his prices, and he knows how to, to invite people in. So invariably, what we are saying, we are not celebrating anything. We have our internal controls. We have our benchmarks. We have what we are trying to do to stabilize the economy, to have, a stable city, to allow the sector to carry on to do what it's doing. So what we are doing invariably is just to get the economy to cool off. and nobody is celebrating anything. If you are uncomfortable with it and you deem it as celebration, then so be it.
But he's agreed that he's great.
Senor.
I don't want you to accept that your opposition has agreed to the progress you've made. And he also understands that it will not be achieved. But he wants to bring your attention to the fact that while we'll be able to deal with this at the macro level, we have to look at some micro issues.
And that is in progress.
That's what.
How we
Exactly.
deny that?
Nobody has denied that. This one is not debate. There's no debate.
When do you leave government? No, when do you leave government?
Everybody is
A year and a month ago.
1 year and 1 month is a long time.
When did you leave
You people
government?
in government, you like to fight.
No, he's saying that the mess you created was too much that they had to
But you know, the response to that is even more damaging. You want to hear it?
Yes, I want to hear.
If I'm Antia that thing about the mess is even more damaging. If I'm Antia and when the inflation was 23%, I was paying electricity of 1,000 a month. I'm just saying. And then now that inflation has come to 5, I'm paying 2,000. Wouldn't I rather want? Relax. You are not listening. Listen.
Sanyo is not listening to you.
Don't take. Let me make my point.
Oh, so now Senor should not speak.
Let me make my point.
Now Senor should not speak.
If you give me time, when I mention all 4, I've told you it's integrated. So when I mention dollar of 4, assume I'm saying all the 4.
Yeah.
I am saying that what you are flaunting in Antiakosia's face is macroeconomic indicators. Let me say that. Now, you tell Antiakosia that it's because of the mess that the people created. That is why even though the macroeconomic indicators are looking good, you can't see it in your life. Then Antiakosia tells you that then let it go back. Because when it was bad, I was paying less for the electricity. I was paying less for my water. So don't come and tell Antiakosia that. The reason why she's not seeing...
No, we are not giving that as a reason.
No,
but we're not giving that as a reason.
Let Khalid conclude.
You asked me to intervene. Don't come and tell Antiakosia that the reason why you should give me time is because there was a mess. Don't say that. Just do your work.
Okay.
No, because Antiakosia will tell you that in the mess, I was paying less.
Okay, so the mess was better.
No, yeah, for her.
Okay.
And that's fine.
But yet she voted against the mess.
Listen, because she hoped. Because you told her that indeed you were emphatic. You told her that she would pay less electricity.
Okay.
So
that's what you told her. That's why she voted for you. No, you are not the host. You are not the host.
The purchasing power of the Ghanaian has gone up.
It's not true.
So
It's not entirely true.
It's not entirely true.
It's not entirely true.
I'm saying
the 10%.
Okay, people, your microphones are off. In fact,
Pareto principle here.
Dennis, your mic is off. Let me hear from Riverson and Duncan.
You are done. You are in government. You are done.
You can work it. Value of money.
No. Antiakosia reality.
Antiakosia's reality is constant.
Okay.
In the economic world.
Her revenue has gone up.
Can you, Khalid, miracle, Senor, miracle. Let me hear, Dr. Riverson. You want